Please open the door, sir.
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
Let's turn around if I were you. Oi, you! Stop there!
Let it go home, sir. Step away, sir.
This is no place for a gentleman to eat! Get it!
It's locked, all right. Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Reeking worse than a week-old lavvy.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant...
If you've been hurt...
Name's Albert.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free.
This note was found on a dead man, Albert. If that doesn't change your mind...
You're all fancy words, none of which concern...
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do...
Yes, you did. And it...
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you...
I said sod off.
Do you...
Never heard of her.
Goodbye, young man.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Bloody hell. What?
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what?
I'm Dr. Reed.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man.
What can you...
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother.
You mean you used to have...
Yeah, I do.
Perhaps...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
Whatever the...
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy?
Funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills.
Really?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad... How are you?
I'm not your boy.
Do you know
Never heard of her.
Goodbye, young man.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Good evening.
On the front.
A gun,
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. Nobody at home. It's locked.
For the Swanborough cordial.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is...
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta...
Tell me.
The region itself is something to see.
What do you think?
Most of them...
Is there...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The
Do you know...
I don't like to...
Competition?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of...
I'd like to see what kind...
Good eve.
Goodbye, Miss Wanderer. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Give you faith again.
There's nobody here. I cannot enter.
Suffering.
When science fails you, this elixir...
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Welcome, sir.
I am
Doctor?
How is
Business?
I see.
It's no secret.
As a
What you mean besides the epidemic?
violent.
Yeah,
Where did this...
in the closed workshops nearby.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse, then? I always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Goodbye for now. Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I deny.
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed, isn't it?
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask?
I'll do what...
Not
familiar.
This part of...
Totally.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye.
Excuse me,
Sorry, I'm new to what...
Dr. Reed, the famous...
I heard you're investigating an under...
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital...
Ah, could it...
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist.
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard...
Where can I find...
He spends most of his time lurking around...
Have you...
I've had to...
That sign...
I confess.
What?
There's a war going on.
It's a
These are bad times indeed.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many...
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories.
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist.
Goodbye, Mr.
You look so pale.
I cannot enter. Good evening, sir.
Please be my guest. Although,
Really?
I'm a poet, so... Not a...
But are you not...
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scripture.
If you...
Thank you.
What terrible... What are you...
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Most people...
What are your thoughts? Terrible. What are you talking...
Do you remember?
Yes.
Most people...
Are you a...
But this is where...
If some...
Well, you, for a start, might...
I
don't care.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why...
The place is not beautiful.
In what way?
The struggle by...
If you say...
Such vibe...
Vivid, of course.
Oh, yes? The...
Do you...
On the
What can you tell me?
Not much. And that's the...
And have you...
Maybe I prefer she remains...
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One...
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding...
Are you not curious?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she...
I fear you are a hopeless
Guilty as
May I ask you if...
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
What can you tell me?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
I'll leave you alone, sir. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though. If you want to...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane?
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from Occupy...
She seems important.
More than you can...
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflet.
Are you not?
She is as brave as she is tough, and...
Are you in love with...
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger...
Who is she?
She's not from around here, that's all we know.
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly fought...
Tell me...
I do not believe in the after...
Do you...
Who knows?
Don't be...
It's quite awkward.
This...
No.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life.
But remain...
But it's not...
How did you... You mean...
Yeah.
Control yourself. Calm. Calm. I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
You're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy? I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But what?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for...
Doctor...
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go...
So, the end...
I know you're kind, Doctor.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, Blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary, but this dispensary is incapable of coping with the outbreak. It's only a question of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
I'm not ashamed. I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives.
Steady, oh, this one stinks already.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
This one stinks already. Killed this one. Best be moving on. Stop right now!
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. Yes?
I know you.
I know.
But remain.
But it's not.
How? You mean?
Really? Who will assist Dorothea helping our comrades now that I die?
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Let's see how we last a bit of fun.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly...
So in the end...
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded...
I see.
The case is closed.
And who was this?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane.
You killed her? Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Doctor?
I did what I thought was best, and...
You will learn that trust is a rare and precious commodity.
Why does...
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man.
What do you...
The Brotherhood is well known amongst...
And...
As you well know, suspicion has recent...
I know that...
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now. And 20...
Very well.
A lady has to have...
And who...
My maker. He left this isle a long time.
Why did you save me in the camp?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young
William Bishop wasn't the vampire.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of...
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instinct.
I've been...
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan.
The Spanish flu has...
Yes, but it's not just that.
What is it?
Fear has long since...
When I awoke...
Though I can't be certain. More than likely...
Once...
They have seen better days.
You make them sound like...
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret.
Are there many?
Immortals are of a rare breed. And we often...
Do you know it?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before you.
That sounds like a
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of...
I've been...
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such...
How could this cause a...
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the...
Excuse my forwardness, but...
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution.
I don't...
That is a question only the one who made you...
So me being a vampire...
I very much doubt it, Jonathan.
I'd like...
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remember.
Are you?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man referred...
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your profession?
Please, speak.
This strain of flu, it's very...
Really? What make...
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army.
Surely...
We'll discuss this more.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said...
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your...
My sister.
She's to be buried this evening at...
I see. I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
home, idiot! Stay away!
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Are you all right?
I don't know.
They've lost their mind.
You seem to know a...
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Xiao Shun.
Thank you.
Shouldn't you go back home?
Maybe later.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend of mercy, most merciful Father. The soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of...
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully.
How can I?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan.
Thank you, my lady.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may...
What should I do, then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Back, demon! Back!
God walks with me. Away with you!
This man stunned me with his face. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar.
There are no secrets from God, my son.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears.
Your eyes burn with rage. Yet I see the pain that lies...
Very well, priest.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burden...
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl.
It was an accident.
I see.
I feel responsible.
I have a final question for you, my son.
Ask your question.
What would you like her to know?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be...
does it, boys. We can deal with this vermin. Remember your vows, friend. This is not the place for you, sir. Die, vermin!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You,
as shall my children.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage.
This has something to do.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire flower's dying. It needs water.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal.
You mentioned a dead patient.
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet
Very well. I'll help.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you, is it?
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks.
So Hampton became...
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of
Rest assured...
McCallum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know...
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here... Sean Hampton lived and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good
What can you...
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when...
Where is Miss...
I don't know. I'd imagine them...
Did you...
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you...
Oh,
Yes.
Jonathan.
Forgive me if I...
I'm always...
What do you know?
What more can you tell?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed...
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon.
What is?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampire...
I have
Now that's quite a question. I don't know.
Is this a...
I don't have the answers, Jonathan.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me, my dear.
Have you embraced this woman? Like...
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking...
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital...
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more...
Thank you, my lady.
Another night of the glorious battalion of Pembroke. Just a dozen years or so.
Good evening.
So it is true.
Do we know it?
Actually, yes. We met
Dr. Tip.
He was also very confident.
What it is? It's more...
Don't be...
What?
Some... Nurse...
You really...
I'll go even...
And...
I don't always agree.
Ah, yeah.
Don't get me...
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls.
Nurse Brown...
She should not have told you that.
You don't have to blame her.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan.
Can you tell me...
It's a tragedy.
Do you think...
It's not...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor.
You are...
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital.
Perhaps he needs...
Could you speak to him?
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself. Hello again.
Yes.
Do you...
No.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted...
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested.
Perhaps you were trapped or locked in somewhere.
Are you joking? I grew up...
Do you want to talk...
No.
An irrational fear...
Well, Doctor, take a guess.
Perhaps you were trapped...
Are you joking?
Do you want to talk?
No.
An Iraq?
Well, Doctor...
Perhaps?
Are you joking?
Mr. Thatcher.
No.
I understand what you mean.
No. Nobody can...
Why were you...
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has any...
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital.
Why did you run?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek...
I don't trust doctors. All they care about.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime.
Do you...
No.
And
well, Doctor, are you...
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher.
See them fancy clothes? This one's at top! Burn, you fucker!
The idiot had to say first.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you?
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fat...
So you won't?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys...
Do you know...
The sad saint. Why on earth do you...
He was one of my patients.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows short.
Are you some...
Something like that, but... So you... Using funny...
I saw...
So, what? Have you got a death wish?
Well, yes.
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boy.
What things... Well, you're not...
Yeah, well...
More... Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces.
Good evening, ma'am.
Who are you?
As I just...
The Pembroke...
I'm not here.
Miss Edwina Cox. I'm a bit...
Gang member.
If you're... Fair.
Since...
That's exact...
You're...
I'll...
What can you tell...
You can't...
Really?
But...
You
take...
Looting...
Whatever.
You still use your husband's name, Edwina.
Why shouldn't I? Maybe a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife.
Are you aware of what happened?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked deaf in...
Booth Digby looks at you with love.
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure. What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about...
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good.
So you're just like any other couple?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated.
Tell me about the man. You and...
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else.
What happened?
I don't know, and I don't...
So you have no idea what really happened?
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor.
And your
Violence is an efficient tool.
So you decide who...
Yes, Doctor.
I'm looking for Mr. Shaw.
The sad saint? I heard he was
Yes, he was.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless at...
Goodbye, Mr.
Foolish girl and her pretty principal. Got no idea who she's dealing with.
Mark my words, miss.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening.
And what?
Mine?
A vamp?
Hi.
Mr. Thro...
A man of...
What did it...
But it...
So...
I...
Can... Are you...
If you... It's... Of course I have.
Were you ever tempted to join the...
I did think about it, but I'm...
So you...
Vampires are just like every other predator.
I'm looking...
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there... they have plenty...
Maybe at least you can tell me...
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's...
I could...
All I will...
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
No longer stirs me.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir.
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered...
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm still Tom Watts. Well...
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a...
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank...
I believe he returned to his...
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about...
Please.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a...
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I hope I live long enough to see them Vampry boys get what's coming to us.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think? I don't think so. Wounds are clean.
Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
Want some of that?
Burn it, boys! Bloody monster! I hate leeches! Crush the leech, boys! Die, Vermin!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Best turn around if I were you.
I'd step back, sir. Don't come closer, sir.
It's locked, all right.
best stay back. There's one of them! Watch yourselves! Steady, boys!
It's locked. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
This is no place for a gentleman.
I'd step back, sir. Step away, sir.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Have we met?
No. But I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must...
That's quite judged.
Sir, I've led enough strikes.
I'm looking...
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness?
Well, I'll leave...
Yeah, people are still working at this time, while you're lot slurping soup before bed.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Glad to see.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Glad to see.
Is...
Mr.
What can you...
It's just the nickname of...
What can you tell... You...
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can.
Which...
Well, the gang...
Well, I...
Glad to...
Goodbye, Miss...
I know I promised you I'd make everything right, Mum. Ain't that simple.
Why the long face, Doctor?
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed...
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why did you kill Miss...
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor.
So you claim...
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was...
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost. Separated from the
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow,
How do you plan?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm...
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself.
What have we here? Lost your horse, Governor? Or are you just out of your mind?
I'd head back if I were you, sir. He's mine! I'll take it! Silly's trick! Stay back, beast! Over there! There's one of them! Mine!
I'll take it.